We continue to face a grave situation in Iran, where our embassy has been seized and more than 60 American citizens continue to be held as hostages in an attempt to force unacceptable demands on our country. We're using every available channel to protect the safety of the hostages and to secure their release. Along with the families of the hostages, I have welcomed and I appreciate the restraint that has been shown by Americans during this crisis. We must continue to exhibit such constraint. Despite the intensity of our emotions, the lives of our people in Iran are at stake. I must emphasize the gravity of the situation. It's vital to the United States and to every other nation that the lives of diplomatic personnel and other citizens abroad be protected, and that we refuse to permit the use of terrorism and the seizure and the holding of hostages to impose political demands. No one should underestimate the resolve of the American government and the American people in this matter. It is necessary to eliminate any suggestion that economic pressures can weaken our stand on basic issues of principle. Our position must be clear. I am ordering that we discontinue purchasing of any oil from Iran for delivery to this country.
This is an ABC News special. The Iran crisis. America held hostage. Day 58.
No one will easily forget how the 80s began. American hostages in Iran gave birth to a national mania and to a television program that reminded us nightly of our plight. America held hostage. Americans were shocked and angered. How could a third world country headed by a religious fanatic bring a superpower to its knees? Why couldn't we just get them out? We found that it was a very complicated affair, and that terrorism has many faces.
Fight back, America! 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 Fight back, America!
On November 4th, 1979, student radicals seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking over 60 Americans hostage. Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran's fundamentalist Muslim leader, refuses to release the Americans. Like most momentous events, the hostage crisis has its roots in history. Our involvement began with this man, the Shah of Iran, when CIA helped stage a coup d'etat and place Mohammad Reza Pahlavi on the throne. For 37 years, the Shah kept Iran staunchly in the Western political orbit and relentlessly modernized his oil-rich country. Internal dissent was quelled in the streets and in the torture chambers by Savak, the Shah's secret police. Happy to have an anti-communist policeman in the vital oil center of the Persian Gulf, successive U.S. governments overlooked Iran's growing internal dissent.
Iran, because of the great leadership of the Shah, is an island of stability in one of the more troubled areas of the world.
But that was changing fast. By late 1978, Iranians were no longer tolerating the Shah's excesses. Demonstrators were shot in the streets. More and more protesters waved pictures of Shah's most powerful enemy. In France, Khomeini was a virtual government in exile, fueling the religious revolution at home.
Oh, my people, do not hesitate. You have the power. Do not be afraid of these superpowers.
Realizing that he had lost his grip on his country, the Shah and his family fled. On February 1st, 1979, Khomeini returned to a tumultuous, emotional welcome. The country was his. In October, against the strong advice of the State Department, President Carter allowed the Shah to enter the country for cancer treatment. That was all the fuel the student radicals in Tehran needed.
The U.S. Embassy in Tehran has been invaded and occupied by Iranian students. The Americans inside have been taken prisoner. According to a student spokesman, will be held as hostages until the deposed Shah is returned from the United States.
While the Iranians burned an American flag in front of the embassy, they said that the takeover had the express blessing of the Ayatollah Khomeini. In return for their American hostages' freedom, they're demanding the United States give up the deposed Shah of Iran from his hospital bed in New York.
Aside from wanting the Shah back, the militants demanded the return of his vast wealth, admission that the United States had harmed Iran, and an agreement not to intervene in its internal affairs. The demands were unacceptable to Washington. The hostages were caught in the middle of a dangerous political game. All they could do was wait.
Actions of Iran have shocked the civilized world.
Let's go. Shred everything.
Our embassy has been seized and more than 60 American citizens continue to be held as hostages.
If we're going to go, then we need to go now.
What happened? 6 of the hostages went out a back exit.
Where are they? The Canadian ambassador's house.
Got Revolutionary Guards going door to door. These people die. They die badly. White House, who wants the 6 of them out?
What we like for this are bicycles.
Deliver the 6 bikes, provide them with maps.
Or you could just send in training wheels and meet them at the border with Gatorade.
It's gonna take a miracle to get them out.
Buddy man, what are we watching?
I got an idea.
They're a Canadian film crew for a science fiction movie.
I fly into Tehran. We all fly out together as a film crew. I need you to help me make a fake movie.
So you want to come to Hollywood and act like a big shot without actually doing anything?
Yeah.
You'll fit right in. You need a script?
Argo. Science fantasy adventure.
Moonscape, Mars, desert.
They need an exotic location to shoot.
You need a producer.
If I'm doing a fake movie, it's going to be a fake hit.
You don't have a better bad idea than this?
This is the best bad idea we have, sir. By far.
You have 72 hours to get them out.
They're getting a visitor.
You gotten people out this way before?
No.
You're asking us to trust you with our lives.
This is what I do, and I've never left anyone behind.
I know who they are, and they know they're hiding out.
It's over, Tony.
If they stay here, they will be taken. Probably not alive. We're responsible for these people. I'm responsible.
You really believe your little story is going to make a difference when there's a gun to our heads?
I think my little story is the only thing between you and a gun to your head.